worried that like I'm gonna milk for 30 minutes if I can because there's so little information on it.
Good topic to choose.
For Ashtray, yeah, right? Choose something with little information because he will scour for all the details and then extrapolate tenfold. All right.
The CIA can't get the info, but the Red Eye reports on the
Ashtray
case.
can somehow. I feel.
Yeah, that's the thing is the CIA has the info. There's no reason for them to share it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Red Eye Report. This week, Ashtray wants to talk about the CIA compromise in China factor, which is a little known story, and there's so little to talk about that only Ashtray could cover it in full detail. So, once again, as always, let's not forget our Lions lover Mystic. We've got next to him Fake Baby Oracle.
Jumping on the bandwagon, baby.
Yep. And talking through
He's
water
a potato.
and an assassin shaking his ass in Ashtray. This is the Red Eye Report. All right. Before now we get to our main topic, as always, we like to dedicate a little time, what we call the pause for the cause for the Dane County Humane Society. This week is for a snake. His name's Sine Wave. Because he's neurotic and he can only slither on the Z-axis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sine Wave. S-I-N-E. I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, he actually he ran into his tail inadvertently and
and then canceled himself out.
Yeah, and he had a back break. He actually broke his spine.
Yeah, don't worry.
You guys are cold-hearted.
They found a mail tube and then with some duct tape and put a cast on him. He's all good though, nonetheless. Awesome. Okay.
I love that cuddly reptile.
Old Sine Wave. He actually is rather nice. We're moving on to the main topic.
Yay.
Have any of you guys
they're going for it.
heard of the shit. Excuse me. Mystic will be giving us Lions updates.
Oh.
So the CIA. Have any of you heard of these news stories? There were little blips on the map about how a bunch of CIA agents and operatives in China were all of a sudden gone, like disappeared.
I remember hearing something about this. I thought it was a while ago, though.
Yeah, like 2017, I believe.
Yeah.
Is like when it was kind of reported upon. And yeah, because this would have been.
I'm guessing.
2017 is like when the New York Times first kind of reported on it. And there has been little reported on it since. But essentially, what we know, because this initial New York Times article spurred other reporters to start digging deeper. So what we know is that around 2009 to 2011, Iran is on a mole hunt. And do you remember the episode that I did about Stuxnet?
Yep.
The virus?
What?
Yep.
Yeah. Pay attention, Mystic. I know you're here for every episode, but we did one on Stuxnet, which was a virus that basically we infected into the uranium refinement facility that Iran had, even though it was completely disconnected from the web. And so I was like, no American can go in there. But somehow, either we infected a piece of equipment that got into it, or someone as a mole went into it and put this virus in. And it was the one that fucked up the filter motors and exploded. Yeah, where it was like the first time a virus actually caused physical damage in the world.
I think I do remember.
So Stuxnet caused Iran. They're like, the fuck? Looking for a mole. They start digging around. And of course, in Iran, because we have no diplomatic facilities, like we don't have a embassy. There's no reason. So anyone connected to America is basically there illegally. So what that means is that for the most part, when it comes to the CIA, their agents have to handle the assets and agents in neighboring countries. Like Malaysia, the UAE, and Turkey are like the three zones where it's easy for an Iranian to be like, yeah, I'm going here on business. And when they go there on business, they talk to their handler. So what ended up happening is like to easily break this down just a little better. So what the part of a CIA spy ring, these are the different parts. We have your agent. The CIA agent would be considered the person who's actually doing the spying or the espionage. So they even may be the one who's in there like trying to get sources and assets. An agent handler is the manager. So they'd be the one who's in like the neighboring country, like come on in, check in, bring your information in. Then you have assets. Those would be people who actually live like Iranian citizens. They're living in the country that's being spied on, whether it be Iran, China, Russia. Then you have sources. Sources are people who like they might not even know that they're talking to a CIA agent.
Yeah.
But the CIA agent knows that they are a legitimate source and somehow got in a position to actually like get information from them. They unbeknownst. And then you even have targeting officers who are like the people who essentially go through, or I missed the analysts actually. They're the ones who are on the back end of the CIA who actually, all the data that comes in from the
sift through the data. Yep.
They sift through it, analyze it, decide what's legit, what isn't, make sense of it.
Jack Ryan.
Or even like, is this source giving you anything valuable or not?
Is that why you know what an analyst is?
And then targeting officer is like, the targeting officer is kind of like a manager above that who's like decides after what the analyst goes through, like, okay, these are the people or sources where we're probably going to find the information we need for what our ultimate goal is. So with those different levels of what a CIA spy ring is, turned out is so in Iran, because you can't use, so you can't text message because all that goes through the Iranian government infrastructure. You can't email because like you can't just like trust that your Gmail or whatever is gonna like anything basically going through is gonna be filtered to some degree. So what they did is they would make these websites and like so it's like they can't have a server. Like basically Iran can't see that someone's like pinging an IP outside in the United States. Like they can't create a server in the US either, What they would do is actually make these fake websites with, I guess, like a local IP, but they would have and the anecdotes they had was that like some of this they'd be described or disguised as either a yoga website or a book club, where it's just like, oh yeah, I'm like checking into, this is my yoga classes website and I'm chatting with the instructor. And you would have to like log in and then like there'd be like a certain pixel. Like if you clicked on just the right pixel, it would like bring in like the secret CIA chat line and they would communicate that way. And so if they were like talking, they could easily just like shut their laptop or whatever. Like it looked innocuous. So they thought.
You know what's funny? Is that was literally a storyline on the last season of Jack Ryan. They had a fucking website.
That's where this all came from.
Click. Yeah.
Right. No, Jack Ryan got this because this has been out for 5 years now.
Obviously.
But yeah,
Jack Ryan got that from that. I'm just saying, like that's.
Oh, I thought that's where you got all your research from, Ashtray.
Yeah, Jack Ryan. Yeah.
That in 20.
Jack Ryan. Anyways, so they're using these secret sites, right, to communicate. Well, they're like, oh yeah, I think it works. In 2009, there's a whistleblower, John Reedy, who noticed, he's like, hey, like there's a flaw and the way we're doing this through these fucking like yoga websites, and he's like a whistleblower basically. Thing is though, he was a contractor, so he's kind of like an Edward Snowden. I mean, he didn't do what Edward Snowden did, but as in the sense that like his position as a contractor,
He didn't work for the government. He was an independent contractor. We got it.
Well, he worked like for the NSA instead of the NSA. He worked for the CIA, but he worked for a he had his own like probably basically what happened was like their explanation is that he had some conflicting interests because he had his own like probably nerd hacker like LLC. And he's doing contractor work. He still had a security clearance and everything. He had a family. But in 2009, he realized that, like, hey, like, there's a flaw in the way we're doing this that, like, if they figure this flaw out, it could be like a doomsday scenario where, like, from that flaw, they could find all the other sites you're using to do this. This is 2009. So like there's no official explanation of why he was ignored. It's
Would
just
they
like
have their shit registered on like GoDaddy or something? Like, what, does it go into detail?
Anyways, and it's like it's hard to say, like this is also just from the reporting. It's like it sounded like he was in a position like Edward Snowden, probably working remotely, but like a super dork nerd who could see that flaw, tried to raise, even though he's not a real CIA employee, but he still has security clearance as contractors for the CIA have to have. They ignore him. So this Iran double agent shares the fact that this website is how they're communicating. Iran, using their fucking coding nerds, look in and they start to they realize, oh shit. Like from this one website, like through the web code or the where the traffic's going or something, it didn't take long. They could basically reverse engineer enough. They could just sit back and watch. And more than just that one site that the double agent shared. They were watching all the channels of the different agents who had fucking yoga websites and book club websites. Where it's like, oh yeah, cooking with fucking sand, whatever you do in Iran. Like. That was a racist joke.
Cooking with sand.
Sorry for Iranian.
Like a 4,000-year-old fucking civilization into sand.
I'm sorry, that was a racist joke.
So basically, they can watch like the spy Twitch from around the world and see like.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of like they got behind the scenes on Twitch or what's the other one? It starts with the D. Discord. Like these chat group kind of things. Chat group.
Right.
Behind the scene chat groups that were going on, and because
one by the way.
They then just Iran sat back and watched and took notes for a while. And what they would do is because, like I said earlier, they would have to go see their handlers. And often the handlers would be nearby in Turkey. And it's like, oh yeah, or I'm traveling to Dubai. And the Iranian spies would follow them, see who they met with. They would then figure out who the handler was, take note of him, and then they'd watch the handler, and they'd find all the other spies that went to see the handler, and then take note of them. And they, slowly took all these notes and coordinated and just started taking out all of these assets.
Sure.
Like, at the same time, like, a lot of people were arrested. They don't know, there's no real count on how many people total, because like I say, the sources also would be people like where there were let's see here. Yeah, the Iranian sources were there was one claim where a man, and this was probably a source. So it's not like technically not a CIA agent, but this is someone who shared information with our people. This man and his pregnant wife were dragged out, shot in front of CCTV at the company or wherever this, they worked at. And then they made all the employees watch that CCTV.
Damn.
To be like,
this is in
you
Iran?
share any information with
I like Iran more and more.
an American.
It's like, if you tell anybody.
If you're on the Iranian side, but Jesus Christ. So anyways, that's the fallout that has happened. And so what China did is took basically, well, the thing is, so we started to notice that there was like this slowdown in disappearances of our Iranian sources. And what Iran did is what also is something that people don't think about, that it's called, there's a paradox. It's called the sharing of counterintelligence. The sharing of intelligence between allied nations is normal. When you're sharing counterintelligence, you're basically admitting and showing that you're sharing intelligence with your allied country that you know is also spying on you.
Oh, absolutely.
It's kind of like means and measures, where it's
also and it's selective. They're not sharing everything.
Yeah, they're going to try to be as selective as possible, but at the same time, it's like when you decide to share the information that also can't be proven without also sharing the means and measures with which you got it.
Yeah.
That comes with a certain level of trust. And that's why the US was like, the CIA is like, oh, fuck. Like, they're sharing so much more counterintelligence with China, mostly, and a little bit with Russia. But China also then could take that and all these websites and like how it worked. And then, China, like they put their, deep web people to work on it. They dug out way more. And like,
oh yeah, they have a huge team that works on it.
A huge team. And that, like, they could basically take the concept that the Iranians found through their double agent and then apply that formula to anyone on their own suspect list. Oh, look at this guy goes to this dumb yoga website way more often than someone who knows that yoga is every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Dumb shits.
Yeah, why does he keep checking the date and time?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Why is this guy logging in to yoga website?
Not more than one.
Yeah, some poor asshole. He just likes the chick's ass.
Yeah, right.
He ends up getting fucking shot or tailed by the Iranian secret police for it.
Yeah. And so they estimate that like initially the report estimated like, oh, maybe like a dozen, people, agents in China. And this is just in China. It's like, I can say what the numbers were in Iran prior.
You say it right, China.
No, I'm sorry. I'm poor Midwestern. I say just like I can't say nuclear right.
Nuclear.
Nuclear. Anyways, I'm just a simple-minded hillbilly. The initial estimate was about a dozen people. They think it's more likely 30 agents that we had in China, and kind of what we had for our network. Had for our network. It's pretty much gone. And the only acknowledgement was like one of the, I don't have his name written down. He was one of the directors. I don't think he was head director of CIA, but like in the position where he made this, and as the CIA would never admit, because the question is like, why aren't there any investigations to be like, who fucked up? Like, why did we lose all these assets and all these people got killed? The thing is, the CIA would never.
That's a spy game, baby.
Exactly, that's a spy game. They will never give up that information.
No.
It'll probably be another 10, 15 years. Like where enough of the people who are butthurt about the information coming out are dead, that then we will get a Netflix special
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
About
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So it's like there's a few articles out there, but that's about all Ashtray had to work with, and he milked it best he could.
Way to go, buddy.
Yeah. I wonder.
Like, we don't even really know what China did yet, other than the fact that all those people we knew we had in touch with in China are gone.
Oh, they gone.
It's like, and we only know, that's the thing, is the initial
Fucking
story
gone.
came with this New York Times. Oh, shit. I forgot about that part with the New York Times had an article in like 2015 where it's like, oh, yeah, you might have remembered this. It's like, ooh, this contractor, Jerry Chun Lee.
That's his fucking name, Jerry Chun Lee.
Yes,
all right.
He was Asian, and
he wasn't
was
just
a contractor.
big Street Fighter 2 fan.
Did he convert? Like he was Asian? No.
He was.
Now he's Icelandic or like what?
I don't know. I'll have to check my source. But fact being that he was like an analyst.
Gotcha.
So he was an
Jack Ryan. Sorry.
He was an I don't even think he was over on that side of the country at all. Or I mean that side of the world. He just had information from a previous mission or like operation he was a part of that involved some, not all, but some of these Chinese CIA agents' information. He had it on like a flash drive or whatever. He then was transferred to work on a different mission. And so he still had that information on a thumb drive, but because he was on a different mission, he technically didn't have access for it. It's kind of like it was this news article by the New York Times, which actually sparked these other reporters to start digging, which they found out about the Iranians figuring out about the yoga websites. This is how far weird twisted it goes back. It's that New York Times article where I think the CIA used Jerry Chun Lee because he still had that shit on his flash drive. He's like, he's got some of those agents' information on a thumb drive. Fucking get him. And yeah, he's in prison for that. And it's kind of like, even though the reporters and all the behind the scenes people they interviewed are like, yeah, no, they were figuring this shit out before this guy.
Yeah, so you're saying
he was just a patsy.
Okay, so he was the fall guy. Yeah,
he was a fall guy. Why? Because he was working on a mission that had some of that information. Whether they planted it on him or they knew he just had the data, because he's also, if he's a contractor, he might be working remotely.
Yeah, he's playing fucking Street Fighter all day.
Yeah, playing Street Fighter while he's analyzing data. He's not but he's like, I work with CIA. Don't be fucking bragging to his girlfriend.
Well, he
didn't have time to Edward Snowden, to Russia, and so
you guys there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think cut off. I was making sure. Isn't that how that Air Force dude got caught recently?
Oh yeah, like trying to share data.
He was just talking shit. He was like bragging.
Yeah, bragging about the shit he knew.
Bragging about the shit he knew, and then somebody took that information, and now he's fucking going to prison.
I got special clearance.
Yeah, like a goddamn idiot. But so anyways, the thing is, this guy actually wasn't bragging about the information. I think it was more like he had that kind of information in the position of some dumbass who would brag, but because they knew he was on a different program, but he probably still had the data on him.
Mm-hmm.
We can raid him, find the data on him,
right,
and say even though it was a fraction, it was some of the agents who went missing in China, not all, and the other, off the record interviews they had from CIA agents who were talking about this after the New York Times article are like, yeah, this has been happening since Iran, but nobody knows.
All right. So
yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe you heard it first on the Red Eye Report, and then once we never return, it's the CIA.
Boom. Free Chun Lee.
Free Chun Lee.
Or fuck him. I don't know.
All right. So moving along.
Wasn't it like Jim Chun Lee too? What was it? It was like an American first name too.
Oh, the Jerry Chun Lee. Yeah.
Jerry Chun Lee.
Free Jerry Chun Lee.
That's a fake ass name if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, somebody played
Right?
too much Street Fighter.
Nude mod.
Yeah,
All right, here we go.
That's what they're like. They're never gonna admit to this till they're dead. So, anyways, on that sad, sorry note, with a story that we can't give you any more details on until we're dead. Moving along to our What's Sexy. Oracle has Arcade Paradise with
That's
YouTube
right.
videos.
Yep.
Is
Arcade.
this that one where you run an arcade?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So.
I was. Okay, awesome. Go.
Okay, so this game, you start off with a laundromat.
Oh yeah.
Your dad, he's
I've
like
heard about
some
this game.
rich fuck, and then you start off with this laundromat, and it's like I don't know if laundromats just have the same supplier or something, because all small laundromats look exactly the same. So it's one of those, and so you gotta fucking like pick up trash. You gotta like clean up gum off the seats. You have to do.
It's
do
a
the
thankless
laundry.
job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it, and you get cash.
If you're afraid of a real job, you can do it virtually.
Yeah, you take the bus in every day. You take the bus home. And
you even you get the bus ride
Really?
portion of it too.
Oh yeah.
So interactive. I don't know how you raise a child.
He's a potato. So you're fucking
Stick it
there,
somewhere, yeah.
and you make some money. You start out with I think there's like 2 arcade cabinets in the back room, and you deposit the money in the safe, and you can order arcade cabinets off of your computer in the back. And the arcade cabinets are they're like knockoff games. So this one that's on here is kind of like a Pac-Man meets GTA kind of thing.
Actually clever.
There's all kinds of like, there's like a
you get the power up and turn in a tank.
Yeah, there's like a Candy Crush kind of thing. There's all kinds of shit. So you're building it up, and eventually you can expand. So there's like back rooms that you can open up, and then eventually you can take like walls out. So now in my game, the fucking laundromat is making very little money compared to my arcade business. And I got to go through, I got to empty out all the quarters every day and buy things. I just got a pool table in my arcade, and it's a fucking awesome pool game. Like, it's a really good pool game that could stand on its own. There's actually multiplayer on this. I'm not sure how it works.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't tried it. So you could actually play like pool against somebody on your pool table in your fucking arcade that you made. Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. And one of the things that makes it kind of the keeps the gameplay loop fresh is on these arcade cabinets, there are challenges that you can do. Like, okay, let's say for the dart game, get X amount of bullseyes or whatever, finish a game in so many moves. And if you check these off or get certain high scores or whatever, that means that machine will make more money for you. So you're motivated to play all the games and get good at the games. And it's kind of cool too, because they're arcade games, so they kind of save your progress, so you can get like power-ups and stuff, and that will carry over. Because you'll be playing, and then your watch will go off, and it's like, you got to go change the fucking laundry out of the washer and put it in the dryer.
Right.
And you get a grade.
You got a timer.
Yeah, so it's got this like, it's a game within a game kind of cool thing going on.
God.
And a lot of cool quirks. Like, there's a jukebox that you get, and all the music.
And the whole time you don't even realize you could be doing your own laundry at the laundromat.
So there's a jukebox that you can get, and you can buy records to put in the jukebox, and it's actually good
Now,
music.
when you say buy, is it just money within the game, or do you actually have to pay
money within the game? And it's funny because the money within the game, you every day you start the day and you have a to-do list where you can earn pounds sterling, and
Ooh.
that you use
Oh, it's
to
a
buy.
British laundromat.
Yeah, that's the shit that
Interesting.
you use to buy
Well, that
stuff
changes everything. Now I'm
on
interested.
on eBay. Like you go on eBay on the computer and you can get like records, and you can get upgrades. Like you can get things like
Why not just own a
There's
laundromat
eBay within the game.
and then turn it into an arcade?
you're doing that in the game.
That's a
Yeah.
Because it costs way less money
Yeah,
to
it
do
costs
it.
way,
versus
way
shitty.
less money. It is a fun, cool,
like it's all
quirky
free within the
thing.
game because you already bought the game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's all
Okay.
free. They do have a DLC where you can get some
A D-
more
a DLC?
cabinets.
What is it?
Yeah.
Extra lint traps?
No, you get more. You can buy more cabinets,
Some more
pinball
static
machines.
bounce sheets.
I think they actually have that Kung Fury beat 'em up game. I don't know if they made an actual arcade game off of that, but you can get that machine in your arcade. It's fucking cool. It's a cool little game. It's on all the systems. It's on Game Pass. It's pretty badass. Arcade Paradise. Check it out.
Alright.
Word.
Cool. All right, moving along. Mystic, no hard feelings. Oh my God. Who did you have to break up this with
Is
this
this-
time?
What do
Did
you
I put that? I didn't
No.
put that. That's my fuck what you think.
Oh, sorry. I scrolled down.
You scroll down too far.
I
Ashtray
was like, what?
I scrolled far too down. All right. Ashtray's drunk. Mystic, Ashoka.
So, Ahsoka on Disney Plus.
Ahsoka.
It's I mean, if you follow the Star Wars, if you've seen, Rebels and the cartoons and shit, you know who she is. She's made
Yeah.
appearances and other stuff too, The Mandalorian or whatever.
She's in the canon.
I really like this show. And you don't really need to know. I've never seen the cartoon or anything. So all I know of her is what I've seen from her appearance in The Mandalorian and like whatever I've seen on YouTube. So I watched like a 10-minute fucking thing about like who she was, and that's all I needed to know. And you don't even really need to do that, because the first 3 episodes I watched, I didn't do that, and I was just fine. You know what I mean? So like a lot of people are like, you really have to go watch all 9 seasons of this cartoon. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
No.
You don't have to. I'm not doing that. Are you
I
fucking
watched.
kidding me?
I never watched Rebels. I did watch Clone Wars though.
And that's fine if you did. I don't care. I was just saying I'm not going to waste my time to watch one fucking show on
To
Disney
find out about
Plus.
one character.
Right.
Yeah, and but you don't need to. It's a great. I mean, they explain everything through through exposition. You know what I mean? And it's not a lot of it, so it's fine. I think it's a great show. I haven't seen the most recent episode, Teddy. So if you have, shut up. But
I haven't.
Teddy.
I've only seen like half of the first. I'm waiting for the whole season to be over.
No,
So
Ashtray.
all right then.
Yeah.
Ashtray, you don't watch it. You don't watch it.
no.
I don't have the Disney Plus.
Oh.
Disney Plus.
Yeah, so it's if you've seen Andor.
I
it's
loved
basically-
Andor. That was my
it's
favorite
Andor
Star Wars.
with lightsabers, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a little slower than
Yeah.
your normal. It's like a mix between Andor and Mandalorian.
Hmm.
Like it's got a good amount of action, Jedi action,
Mhm.
Sith. Well, not really Sith, but whatever. Just check it out.
Now we're getting
Like
into
it.
fucking Jedi semantics.
Cool.
Yeah, and Andor was
Nerd.
fantastic. So this is. I'm hoping this is just as good.
Cool.
Word.
Okay.
All right, moving on to Teddy. Single player Starfield.
Starfield is.
I've been
out.
hearing about this shit all over. NPR's talking about it.
Dude, the game is awesome. It's by Bethesda. It's kind of like Skyrim in space, pretty much is what it is. It's awesome. You can be any class you want to be. You create a character. You go through space. You got the mission. You can be a pirate. You can be a trucker. You can be it's just pretty fucking awesome. It's an awesome game. Mystic hates it because it's single player.
Yep.
Absolutely.
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 Man,
if fucking argue that.
If
Yeah.
he can't get stats,
I just don't understand. I'm not going to play it either way because I don't like
Sure.
those types of games. But it bothers me that They don't fucking.
I'm not gonna play it either
Dude,
way. Well, that's
but
just
why not make it
alienated. It has
multiplayer?
one
What I'm
thing I don't
saying is
want,
you
even though I wouldn't play it.
alienated- Shut the fuck up. You alienated 50% of the people that play fucking video games, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not good business strategy. It makes
I think
no
more
sense.
than
to me.
50% are
it's
okay
more
with
than
single
50%
player.
play single player games. I mean, there are people that I play multiplayer games and I'm playing it. I mean, people don't just
Yeah.
play, just don't play single player
I
games.
challenge your assertion.
I
So
don't know. Okay.
one thing
Then 20%.
As someone who
Give me
doesn't
that
play
much
any
more money.
I've never
Look
been
at-
so offended before in my life.
I know, right? I'm offended for you.
Look at Grand Theft Auto.
But it's not Grand Theft Auto.
Single player and
this is-
has multiplayer. And
No,
they
this
make
is like
the
a
most
long
out of
kind of
any
like choose your own
fucking game.
adventure game.
Dude, right. They did the same thing with Skyrim, and it's so great. They released that game fucking 6 times on like 8 different consoles. No, 8
Yeah.
different systems. It's still
Skyrim
selling.
single player.
But Skyrim is single player, yes.
It is.
Okay.
I mean, these people
See,
know what they're
it
doing.
works.
Today's
You
day,
got a
it
good
does
I don't
fucking work.
understand
universe.
it.
It works.
Doesn't
But
make
they-
sense to me.
They
Well, it's
kind
because you
of,
don't play the games.
they probably will make like an equivalent, like Skyrim. There's what's that? Elder
ESO.
Scrolls
ESO,
Online,
Elder Scrolls Online, yeah.
which
They
is
came out
not.
after Skyrim.
Yeah, it's similar. It's not the exact same
It's
thing.
it's pretty similar, yeah.
Same thing with Fallout 76. They came out with that. I
Yeah,
could
they
see
came out
them
with
doing that with this game. I guess for this game, Teddy, I was curious. I've heard that the space exploration, you just click on shit or you just select
Yes,
it and you
that's-
just go
that's-
there.
I was hoping it was hoping it was more technical.
You
kind
can't
of like
fucking
Elite
fly
Dangerous.
around in space in this space game.
There's videos of this girl who wanted to go to Pluto. She set a course and she flew to Pluto. It took her 7 hours to get there, and she streamed it all. You can do that, but it's not the whole
7
fucking-
hours, dying.
Yeah, in game time to fucking do it. Yeah.
I hope that somebody
And
mods
there's people
in-
who would spend 7 hours watching her doing her 7-hour travel
right,
Oh
on
yeah.
a
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
fucking game.
right. I
Pluto.
hope that
How
maybe,
meta can we get?
Maybe they add this or whatever that they make because the
Yeah.
Elite Dangerous
the
is
game-
like freaking amazing
It's
flying
awesome. I mean,
through space.
to have
but
a
it
little bit
doesn't
of
have
that
this
in the game.
cool, RPG shit.
Yeah, right.
I wish they
They
could
could
take
merge
that.
it a little more, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, for the little stuff you do get to do in space, I mean, the fighting that you can board a ship. You can. I mean, it's pretty awesome. And this game does like Bethesda is they are okay with the modding, just like Skyrim had all the mods and stuff.
Mm,
This will have full mod support also. So I mean,
Nice.
I'm pretty sure there's gonna be somebody that puts that kind of space travel in there.
yeah,
So.
it'll be cool.
But yeah, if you love single player games or just want to play a single player game while you talk to your buddies on Xbox, check it out. It's awesome. It is on Game Pass also. So
Word. All right, moving on then to Ashtray.
Wow.
oh yeah, he's
What
Chip
the
Chacker with a
fuck?
heart. This is that story. I think I texted you guys about it at the fucking wedding I had, where I was put up in that like crow's nest above everyone, interacting at the wedding party through wooden slats. Whatever, rolled with it, and at the very end, as it playing the last song, this woman comes up and she's like, "Hey, so and so's dad will pay you $100 if you play this one last song." And it's like, that's not in our system. If I can get it through my Amazon, I got 1 bar 4G. I'll make it happen. Scramble, make it happen.
you
And
fucking hero.
I then get the check and a stack of bills from the bride. And this song's playing, and I'm counting the stack of bills, and it's a 20, 2 10s, a 5, 4 1s, $49. And right as I count, like I realized it's like a $49 tip. Like when it's a stack of bills, you think they're 20s.
Mhm.
And the blonde chick comes back up. She's like, I'm really sorry. The song's only been playing for a minute. And she's like, I just found out that the $100 bill I gave you was fake.
What?
What?
Yes. So I had this like double ball kick, like, ugh.
How did she
Like-
find out?
Yeah.
Well, because she was given it. Like she told me, she's like, so-and-so's dad will pay you $100 if you play this song. They sent her up to make this request. And of course, I'm not like holding the bill up to the fucking light. I'm up also up in the top of this crow's like upper loft of a barn.
So yeah, it's like, oh, her uncle
No,
Hank
she
has
came back.
his-
Well, okay. What happened is she came back. This is my theory, anyway. She came back down and then saw they were all laughing, and they were laughing because they gave a fucking fake bill. Because some of
they
the bridal
committed
party
a
had
What kind of
federal
money
white
guns.
folks were
offense.
these?
Bridal party had a money gun with like fake $100 bills in it.
What?
And
What the? What?
during the Grand March, one of the people in the bridal party had one of those money guns
Yeah.
that shoots bills, and he had fake $100 bills in it. They used one of those to give to her, to give to me, to play this song.
But doesn't it say like on the back like a clear? It says clear, like not real money or something. I mean, if you get the shit off Wish or Amazon, where you get it from?
Granted, I'm giving this $100. Like I see, it's a $100 bill. Like I'm not like,
Right.
okay, I'll play. You know, it's like I'm trying to like wrap the evening up. It's one of those things too, where it's like I probably wouldn't have noticed till I got back to unloading my shit. But she found out she was this fucking patsy or whatever, you know, like the
Mhm.
fall guy for this whole fucking bullshit prank. She turned back around and came up to tell me that right as I'm finding I got a $49 tip from the bridegroom. I'm just like, oh. And so I'm like, listen. And she's like, I feel really bad. Like, let me tip you. Let me Venmo you something. And I'm like, girl, just listen. I thank you for being honest and coming up and telling me this, because I would have found out this later. And she's like, no, I'm a TikTok influencer. I'm pretty well off. Like, let me Venmo you something. And I don't give two shit. Like, everyone could say they're TikTok influencer. I don't care. Anyways, if you look the day after, turns out, yeah, like she's a big enough TikTok influencer. When I tell this story to people, they're like, yeah, I've seen her. Like, she is actually a local farmer's girl. And as my coworker said, it's Brooke Vike. So a shout out to her, as being like, even though she is a big fucking farmer boy thirst trap.
So these were like redneck trash white people.
Well, it was a farm. Yeah,
got
it was a
married.
family
They got married.
farm.
I mean,
The
they
thing
did
too, it's
before
like,
that. I mean, yeah,
man,
so-
you know, they, as like the local
What
community,
is her name?
Brooke Vike. Like, there's some, articles where like they interview her, like, Sun Magazine US, interviewed her as like, and if you Google her name, Google has her listed as internet personality. Anyways, in the moment of like, I'm like fucking pissed. I don't give two shits about that, and I didn't believe it. But I was like, listen, I'm only telling this to you and you only, but like, this is complete fucking bullshit. You see all this fucking gear I had to lug up here, and I got this tip, and then they're giving me this fake bill. I was just like, I unloaded on her. I didn't
Yeah.
know who she was. But I was like, this is just between you and me, because I'm too much of a professional to make a thing about it. And sure, every once in a while you have real shit tips. It just is part of the gig. But to then have those people make you give me a fake $100 bill, and I was like,
That's
just
pretty
thank you
shitty.
for telling me
Yeah.
before I found out later and being decent. Because you obviously came back down and saw them all laughing.
Oh,
then some
dude, that
motherfucker
would have
came
been
up with like a
so
$20 bill.
fucking shitty.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. To find out later.
Those are some white trash.
Oh yeah,
ass-
she
ass
even
fuck, bro.
offered to help me like load my gear and stuff, and I was just like, I was so just fucking angry. I'm like, no, like, I
That would have been
appreciate
a story of a rampaging fat guy murdering fucking rednecks in
Burning
Madison.
their
For a $100
crops.
bill.
yeah.
No,
Well-
just the fact that they were asshole enough to only tip him $49.
Yeah.
And then give
then
them a
fucking-
fake
And also, like, it's a
$100
stack
bill.
of bills. It's
$100
very
bill.
strategic.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
Right.
And
pretty
it's
Dude, I
sad
only
it wasn't
tipped
even
them-
50. It
Right.
wasn't even 5 single $1 bills. It was
I only
4.
tipped them
Right.
That's where I was like,
$55.
4? Really? 49? You fucking
$49.
So
God.
where's the money? How much money did you get?
Oh
Venmo.
no, she gave me. As I was saying, like I was like, and I was so also because I didn't believe. That's the thing too is in hindsight, it's like, yeah, she would have gave me $100. She was like, whatever, and I was like, my own pride. I was like $50. She
Should
gave
have
me
shaken
$1
her
more.
down. I want $50,000.
I didn't know anything about her. I didn't actually believe in her TikTok story till the next
How much
morning
did
when
you
I
charge
googled
them
her
for the
name
wedding?
because I had the
For the wedding?
Venmo, address. And I'm like, Brooke, like, who's that? And then Google says internet person. I'm, oh, Jesus. I'm like, okay, so she wasn't really lying. But also, like, shame on those bastards who decided, like, okay, they know she's all got money from TikTok because she knows how to drive a combine and she would make fucking TikTok videos from the combine. That's literally what she does. So she's a farmer boy thirst trap, and good on her. But also, that's where it's like, you know what? Even though it's easy to think as a TikTok influencer is very self-absorbed and centered, like she was like wanting to help me load stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So good on her. If you're a TikTok person, subscribe to
Ashtray, how much did you charge him to DJ the wedding?
Well, that was like a like $1,100 wedding. Granted, this is through the company I work for, so it's like
okay.
that full. But at the same time, that shows you the percentage. Like,
yeah, that's not a very good percentage.
I don't even know.
When I started 14 years ago, $50 was kind of like the basic bitch tip. $50. 14 years ago.
Right.
So anyways, I keep bitching about this, but
I know
rock
you can.
out to her for being a decent person. Moving on to fuck what you think. Oracle, massive stub.
Massive stub. Fucking stubbed my toe like a motherfucker the other night.
Oh man, that's a dad story.
I haven't done that in a while.
On the coffee table?
So it was actually on my tower of power. I was going in. Going in for
what is it, a dildo? What is the tower of power? I've heard this.
Yeah, dildo.
Your PC? What?
Yeah, I fucking blast my asshole while I watch my potato. No, my fucking pull-up bar, dip bar push-up thing that I have.
Like the parallel kind of bars like I have?
Yeah, so I was going in to fucking do some fucking pull-ups. And man, I mean, this thing is heavy rolled steel, and that motherfucker moved. Yeah.
Really?
And I'm just like, Carolyn could hear me out here in the other room, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I couldn't say anything for a while because I'm just kind of collecting myself. Like, did I break this motherfucker?
Yeah.
It's
I would have fucking punched something.
So it's all purple and shit. I don't
just fucking
So was it just like the little toes? How far into the foot?
So it was like my index toe. So the second one in from the pinky.
Ooh. So you got the full force of the foot right into it. Square then.
Toe.
That's like where you kick a soccer ball.
Yeah. So fortunately for me, I already have zero mobility in my feet. I just have wooden paddles for feet. So I didn't have to fucking tape my toes or anything. Just to kind of turn black and kind of went into the foot a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. But son of a bitch, I forgot how much.
Spoken like a dude. It'll be fine.
It's been a while since I remember stubbing my toe like all the fucking time when I was a kid. You know, you're an awkward teen, feet flying everywhere.
Awkward teen, had no pairs of shoes.
Right. You don't know, you're fucking walking around like a walrus.
Usually the stubbing of the toe is always in those moments of like
a walrus.
2 a.m. And he's like, fuck, I gotta make sure I have some water. As you're shuffling around to try to collect yourself and be responsible, and it's like, fuck, boom.
Yep.
This is Ashtray's perspective. Someone who doesn't have children. Just wait till you have a child. You're gonna stub your foot in your child.
Yep. Watch out for those potatoes. So yeah, watch your feet. You can stub your toes.
Yeah, right. Damn. That is man, we're getting old.
Yeah.
How many years have we been doing this? We're now doing fucking stubbing your toes. And fuck what you think.
Right. Something like 12.
Was it 2012?
2012 is I think that's when we started. 2012. So how many years is that? 11 years?
11.
Long in the
401 episodes.
401 episodes. Right? No sponsors.
Boom, boom,
doing
boom.
it our way, baby.
That's right.
Doing it live.
Doing it our way. You gonna MC this show, Ashtray, or what the fuck?
That's why it's so bad. Moving along.
Remember
then, no
John
hard feeling.
Glenn?
Yeah.
Master Vanel. I digress.
All right. Sorry. Ashtray's been fasting today, so the beer and weed hit him fast.
Dude.
Mystic. No hard feelings.
All right. This is a movie with Jennifer Lawrence and some other people.
Right.
Oh, I've heard of it.
So
Like, she's supposed to
basically,
break him in.
the premise is she's supposed to date this guy, and I say date in quotations because she's supposed to fuck him, basically, get him out of his shell. You know, he's a 19-year-old nerd who's going off to college, and his parents don't want him to fucking. They want him to,
You want to
grow
break
up a little.
break his ice
yeah.
before he goes to college.
So she's 32,
Jesus.
and
30.
yeah, right. So it's a 13 years the difference. And here's my problem with that. If those roles were reversed,
Oh yeah.
this would be a documentary about a predator. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be a movie. I wouldn't be laughing my ass off for this because it really was pretty funny. Like it, like the shit she tries to go through to like fuck this kid. But at the same
Because
time, I'm
he's
like,
so
this
awkward.
isn't funny at all. Like, this is fucked up that I'm laughing.
Yeah. When I read it, was kind of based off of like, no one knows the real story, but it was like an actual like some sort of like Craigslist kind of post where it was like, hey, we're trying to find someone for our college-bound child to lose his virginity and not be a fucking dork.
Yeah.
Even though it's like you're the parents who coddled him into that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and that's that's the whole
Point.
Well, that's the whole realization at the end is that fucking he just needs to stand up to his idiot parents. But
Oh, Matthew Broderick, is that
there
who that
is
is?
there is full frontal nudity from Jennifer Lawrence. So
2 thumbs up.
that's actually
All right,
worth
that's all
the
that
movie.
Biscuit needed.
You're right.
Full frontal nudity.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Never mind all the laughs
just
he had.
imagine.
I mean,
Okay,
after her fucking phone was hacked and all her pictures were leaked, I mean, shit, she might as well go
Yeah, I
and do
think
what
she
they pay for now.
probably was just like,
Yeah.
she was like,
Yeah,
"Fuck it,
everybody's seen it
I might as
anyway."
well make money off of this shit.
So Jennifer Lawrence, she is the female on this, 30-something. Who would be the male if we were in Bizarro World and there was a male? Who would be the male actor that would
Chris
be
Pratt.
cast? Chris Pratt. Okay, I could see that.
Chris Pratt's probably
All
older
right.
though than.
Yeah, he's older than 32. He's 40.
Right.
Yeah. What about how old's the dude? He played in the recent Batman. He was the Twilight guy.
Oh,
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
He's
Would he
probably
be about
close. He
Jennifer
could
Lawrence's
probably play
age?
30. So yeah, I could see him doing that.
Yeah. Just
I mean,
imagine,
probably
if
mid-
it's,
Let's all stop faking it. It's gonna be Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, right.
Let's all
right.
It's just
stop.
like I said, it's just a documentary about Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's probably
Wouldn't
got
that be funny
saggy
if it
ass
turned out
balls
that all
by
of
now.
Leonardo
18-year-old
DiCaprio's
shit.
dates were like these parents who were hiring him to break their poor 19-year-old virgin in
Gross.
before they go to college? He's
I
doing
mean,
a
those
public
are
service for the
those
elite.
Fucking bragging rights there. Like,
Right? No shit.
I mean, shit,
That
man.
would be good.
Yeah, I wish he would have
Alright.
popped my cherry. for
He's
fuck's
fucking Leo, man.
Yeah,
You
right.
can't deny
Leo.
that.
Gross.
Yeah. Doesn't care who you're into. That isn't bragging rights. You know what? I'm totally straight, but Leonardo DiCaprio, he's the one who took my virginity.
What I believe it from you.
Yeah, right?
sake.
All right, moving along to Ashtray, admitting that I'm a terrible, terrible gamer. Only reason I was just realizing, like, since moving here, I haven't actually plugged my Xbox into my television. Like, I have it kind of put up by it.
I
Haven't used it.
wouldn't either if I had a monster PC like you do.
Well, the thing is, like, I think I maybe bought 2 PC games since
He
moving here.
uses that thing for porn.
Playing
What
fucking
what was the
items
last
every
game
day.
that you played?
Was that
Substantial.
it's still like a
Substantially.
early access, but it was that Starship Troopers game.
Starship
Oh.
Troopers.
Oh,
Yeah.
the little.
Other
the
than
little,
like I think I
okay.
played the Evil Dead game with you guys
Yeah, you
here
did. Yep.
Yeah.
since I moved
That was
here,
like over a year ago, probably.
or near
No.
it, because I'm pretty sure I was here, but it was via PC.
Yeah,
yeah,
you were
like, I'm
playing on
just-
your PC. Yeah.
You know, can you put your Xbox Live just on pause where you're not paying for it, but like it still remembers all your shit?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
saved
it'll
on the
remember your
cloud. Yeah,
shit.
you can.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah.
Your saves will be
Okay.
there.
Like, yeah, that's just what I need to admit that I need to do.
just
Because
turn it off, man.
Right.
I'm not
No
using
need
it.
to
I'm
pay
sorry,
for that
boys.
shit every month.
Yeah.
You can talk all the shit all you want about me while I'm in absence, but
Oh no, we did it
if
while
some
you
game
weren't
comes
in absence.
around,
It's not,
maybe
it
if I
wasn't a
have
joke.
PC, I'll play with
You're
you
just
again.
a bad gamer, bro. I mean, you're a bad gamer, and you're also bad at games. It was, it's cool.
Well, that's beside the point. It's the actual desire to play. Like I say, single player games. I could be playing Starfield, Seinfeld, or whatever that game is it's playing right now. That
Oh man, I feel
Where
like
it's just
that's
like-
a crossover that needs to
I
happen.
feel like you should
Seinfeld,
record
boom,
yourself
boom, boom.
playing Starfield Seinfeld and make
Single
us
player,
famous
yeah.
because that would
Single
be
player
funny.
games will engross me, or they used to engross me, but like I guess also it's not like my fuck. So sorry, boys, love you, but moving along. Teddy, what's with the goddamn glue?
What's with the goddamn glue? So 3 protesters interrupted the match. This is one of the semifinal matches tonight between Coco Golf and Carolina Wishova. They stood up and started screaming in fossil fuels. In our
Oh, there was like a protester
Those
during the
idiots.
game.
yeah,
For shame.
and one of these fuckers glued his feet to the fucking floor. The
Yeah,
stands.
What?
I don't.
they
I
did
don't
that
get
in
what the-
Formula One a while back.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Except in Formula One, when you glue yourself to a racetrack, there's a more of an inherent danger than a tennis match.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, right.
Why a
like people can't just
tennis
roll
match?
right over those
Right.
bumps.
Yeah,
What
that's
the
weird.
fuck
Why-
does a
Why
tennis
a
match have to do?
Why in Arthur Ashe Stadium?
It's the
why,
money.
why the fuck?
Yeah, I
It's
get
like where there's a
Formula
lot
One,
of big
but
sponsorships are trying to make a scene.
And in fossil fuels, I mean, tennis. I mean, didn't they? I mean, they were in New York. They had to either catch a cab, drive, Uber, or catch a fucking train there. I mean, what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on?
Mm,
I mean, it's
Sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a part of me that likes to give a little credit, even though I would never do it myself, that you're dumb enough to make that big of a
yeah,
statement.
it's
Because,
right.
like,
It's
you
not
need-
a ballsy move. It's
I'm
just
sorry, but I had
dumb.
a
That's just
I used
fucking
to like growing up as a poor fucking farm kid in a very all
Dude, you're not gonna hijack my folks. You think to tell a story about your childhood?
my cousin told me you need those crazy hippies to make a statement.
Okay, stop it. Okay, so the thing is, I get it, but why glue yourselves to every goddamn?
Because it made a statement enough for you to talk about and bitch about it.
Yeah.
That's why.
Right.
That's my point, Teddy.
Okay.
It is dumb,
Even
from our
bad
perspective.
advertising.
Right.
but they stopped shit. And if you're really
Yeah,
like,
for 50 minutes, yes.
If
Yeah,
I,
you did.
yeah,
man,
it may have only been
I'd be
50 minutes,
pissed
but
off.
tweeting about it wouldn't have done anything,
I'd be fucking pissed
The
off.
Uh-huh.
publicity's worth more than fucking.
right? I mean, what more do you want? If
Yeah,
they
not
blew
the
their
jail
brains
time,
out,
though.
that would really stop things for a bit. But at the same
Just
time, I don't want to
splattered
like.
their fucking
as long
brains
as
all
as
over
long
the
as I could
court.
somebody
Oh,
could TikTok
dude.
mix it, it wouldn't bother me at all.
Damn.
Well, if you ever think back to the most extreme, would be like the monks who were like self-immolating
Yeah,
over
there
the
you go.
Vietnam
Yeah, they were
War.
fucking
Where
saying
it's just
something- yeah.
like, this is my protest. Like, I am willing to give my life.
They'd have
to
to
make
do
a
that
statement.
with
That's
non-fossil
extreme,
fuels.
and it's
They'd have
Yeah,
to,
just put
just like a bunch of hay on them.
they're
Like,
trying to light olive oil.
fuck.
He smelled good. Did he use bacon grease?
No, this is
Yeah.
ethanol, or the no, it was the ethanol would
shit.
technically be non-fossil fuel, like
No,
alcohol.
that's fine.
But God, it would burn out fast, and then you'd be just left with third-degree burns. Damn it! I
Finish
just died for
the
my car.
show.
Yeah, thank you. That's my focus. You think? Let's keep it going, Ashtray.
All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. No seriousness. Go fuck yourself, Teddy Sink. That's our show.
And you know what's funny? Okay, so what's funny is I actually when I was fucking that thing for that last fucking thing, I don't know you
What's
used my
happened
outline and
since
shit.
then?
Dude, I fixed it and then it started leaking again, so I had to
Oh,
fix that
man.
shit
Oh, good. So it's still a good,
again. So it's fine now.
legitimate fuck
Hopefully, my
yourself.
shit.
God damn it, Teddy Sink.
Yeah.
You had 4 weeks to get your shit together. An Ashtray
Yeah.
could still use you. That's for sure.
was
We're
more
going to
than-
be here
that was more than
every
4 weeks
Wednesday or
ago.
Thursday, mostly Thursdays, 10 p.m. Central. Join the conversation at thereddreport.com or facebook.com/redreport. And can you maybe access? If you can, no one is actually really using it. Anyways, we're down. Like us, shares. Fuck us. We're down for whatever. I am the Ashtray.
I'm Oracle.
I'm Mystic.
Aiden.
I'm Teddy.
Slow walking this the entire way because this is the Reddit report.
Yeah.
Burn.
This motherfucker tried to hijack my fucking thing to tell a story.
Of course I will.